Looks like some interesting news coming out of Starbucks, which they allegedly now refute. So I'll share both statements, of course. But there was a tweet that went pretty viral yesterday in terms of a sign inside of a Starbucks that read, "We're going cashless. From October 1st, from the 1st of October 2022, we will only be accepting card, contactless, and Starbucks rewards payment." Creepy stuff. Now, what's interesting is this is kind of the first step in controlling society. I mean, really, it's not really the first step, but it's another step along the road, because when you go into a cashless society, every penny you spend is now tracked, right? And that's what big tech wants. That's what the government wants. I mean, I saw earlier today there was an article that said eBay has now started locking accounts, any accounts that have had more than $600 sales, until they file an IRS form. So your government here, at least in the United States, every time you make $600, they want to know about it so they can tax it. And now big tech is happy to comply and sell you out to them. eBay doing that. And Starbucks, we see a boycott brewing. Look what I did there. And calls a boycott Starbucks after branch decides to go cashless. Twitter users are calling coffee lovers to boycott across the UK to boycott Starbucks after a photo which revealed one of their branches would no longer be accepting cash went viral on the social network. Hashtag boycott Starbucks have been tweeted over 4,100 times as of midday today. The Twitter storm began on a bank holiday Monday evening when the number of Twitter channels published pictures of a sign on an undisclosed branch of Starbucks said it would only be accepting card and app payments from October 1st. Channels which shared the picture included Great Britain news reporter Sophie Corcoran. Regarding questions from this particular Starbucks, which has 15 branches across Northamptonshire, now they said they had no plans to adopt a cashless strategy in all of its stores, but the policy may differ from store to store. So essentially, yes, they are going cashless. You're going to see more and more people, more and more stores going cashless. And this is a really scary time because, again, everybody's tracking you. Everything's getting tracked all over the place. And now I can't buy coffee without the government knowing about it. I mean, this is nuts. And when you see, like, people laugh, but like you look at the social credit system in China where, like, based on, if you spend too much time on the internet, you can't play more video games. Like, China literally limits the hours of video games that people can play. If your social credit isn't high enough, you can't travel. If your social credit isn't, I mean, this is where we're going, right? Canada, I've been hearing articles or grumblings about, a digital poke pass, so that you have to have this on you at all times now. And it's actually creepy. Starbucks itself has been under fire for quite some time as their kind of CEO getting called out for not being so woke. I noticed, by the way, that Starbucks announced today that that it was national, it's pumpkin spice latte day. Nobody really wants pumpkin spice. It's just nutmeg. That's all it is. It's just nutmeg. So you know what I did? Coffee Brand Coffee is launching Spiked Jack-O-Lantern. It is absolutely delicious. It starts shipping next week, but I put the pre-order up anyway because, well, I knew I was covering the Starbucks madness, and it's absolutely delicious. The best way I can describe it is it's fall as frick. It's super delicious. I tested this about a month ago. We kind of tweaked the flavoring a little bit, but it is absolutely delicious. And I'll leave a link in the description. Get that instead of pumpkin spice. This on top of, woke New York City Starbucks, now a haven for junkies, drunks, and homeless. A NoHo Starbucks is dealing with more than just a constant flow of caffeine junkies looking to get their fix. The cafe on the corner of Astor Place and Lafayette Street regularly contends with users, mentally disturbed people, and homeless folks looking to take a nap, the Post witnessed. Starbucks got too woke too fast, said Java Joint regular Konstantin Dobrakov. Now some customers are too scared to go in because you've got a bunch of homeless people sleeping in there. They've got to be ready to kick people out and not give everyone a free cup of coffee. You give them a finger and they'll take your hand. Past week saw the post saw homeless people nodding off, washing their hair in the public sink and being transported to the hospital from recently unionized Starbucks among the eye openers. Here's a few. One man brought his own box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, a carton of milk, and some Einstein's mini crumb cakes before passing out face down at a table. Afterward, he rolled spliffs as nearby customers tried to enjoy their lattes and frappuccinos. A mentally disturbed man in black talked to himself and screamed obscenities in a communal manner near bathrooms for 30 minutes. There's a guy over there by the bathrooms making people really uncomfortable, one customer told an employee behind the counter. Two police officers, one of whom was carrying a riot shield, eventually removed him. Quote, there's a foul odor in the garbage buildup on the location. Newspapers, food wrappers, and empty coffee cups litter the indoor patio. Nothing like the smell of BO and urine with your morning coffee, a next-door user commented in response to a photo that showed a snoozing squatter lying in a booth surrounded by trash tote bags and luggage. On Friday, EMTs were called to assist a man who had passed out on the steps, blocking an exit. He regained consciousness and entered the ambulance with the help of the paramedics. I mean, like, look, the homeless, I think that more homeless people should go into Starbucks. Like, I think every homeless person should pack the Starbucks at every possible chance they get. It just makes the most sense. That's just, they're woke. They want you in there. They want you to come in there, you know. Critics say it's Starbucks' own fault for having shops being commandeered by derelicts, drunks, and junk pushers after they made their bathrooms public and even put syringe disposal boxes in them. They allow anyone to use their restrooms, which sounds like a good idea, but when you've got a country that public spaces, homeless shelters, and mental health wards that is sure as having people enjoying their riding the dragon in the bathrooms and halfway moving into them, said Kevin Williamson, a political commentator. The Java Giant has taken some major blows this summer. They recently announced that they would have to shutter 16 profitable stores, 2 of which were unionized, across Seattle, LA, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Portland, Oregon. Let me just ask you, is there anything in common with those cities? Seattle, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Portland, and Oregon. Is there anything that comes to your mind that is similar about the leadership in those cities? I mean, this is Starbucks. So now they have to, Starbucks issue statement over reports on coffee shops that are going cashless. The U.S. Coffee Giant said it wanted to shut down speculation on the future use of cash at its cafe. Starbucks has issued a statement after reports all of its coffee shops in the UK are going to become cashless. The sign had been shared online. It triggered a huge response on social media, with many criticizing the decision. Starbucks, which has stores all over the place, said there is no blanket ban on cash at its stores, and there are no plans to go cashless in the future. However, they added that as they work with franchise partners, individual stores could introduce their own policies. Do you think that maybe this was just a test rollout, and they wanted to see, if they could get away with it? I wonder if there's any kind of like incentives, is there some sort of incentive for going cashless? Like, a little more extra, less percentage of tax you pay maybe. And we saw this summer, I don't know if it's still going on, but there was a change shortage. I don't know if that's still a thing, but I remember seeing like, oh, please, we need ones and we need change and we need this and that. Like, once they take away your cash, they control everything you do then. They can see everything you do. Everything you buy is on your credit card. If you get paid now, if you get paid more than $600, the government wants to know about it. You got to fill out forms. Big tech is bending the knee to get over and give them the information as quick as possible. There's more to come. What I can promise you is that coffeebrandcoffee.com, link in the description, will never I guess if you wanted to use cash with us, we'd find a way. Spike Jack-o'-lantern launches next week. Get your bag today. I promise it is absolutely delicious. Of course, if you don't like that, we have, you know, 6 different brews of coffee. We have our double caffeinated, which just got launched. We've got decaf. We've got 3 hot cocos. We've got cold brew bags, which are selling off like crazy. We've got 6 organic loose leaf teas. We're always expanding. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like coffee, tea, or cocoa, forget woke crap like Starbucks and try us out.